Hey, what's going on YouTube land? This is Not So Slim Jim again, here with another wonderful Mustang video. I know a lot of people have been talking about doing LEDs. I already showed you how to do LEDs for your gauges, how to do LEDs for your HVAC system. They got LED videos on how to do them for your dome light. That one's really easy. You take it down, you pull it out, you put a new one in. Honestly, really don't need to make a video for that one. I am going to make a video for marker lights and tail lights because that seems to be one a lot of people have issues with. So once again, we're going to be talking about 99 through 2004 Mustangs. Now, I've looked up, this does not include the 0304 SVT Cobras. They have a slightly different electrical system. So that one, there's plenty of boards you can look up for, but I'm just going to work with the V6, the GT, and the Mach ones. So here's my lovely project vehicle, and it's all its crappiness. We're going to start with the front lights. Now the front lights are very easy. As you know, you got the two little pins, you pull out, one there, you pull them out, you wiggle the headlight, and there's two metal clips there. You pull those guys out, you take off the bulb. Now, here's the problem I experienced between your standard bulb and your LED bulb. Now, an LED bulb is designed where you can only have power going from a positive and negative polarity, like most LEDs do. The problem is on a Ford bulb or a standard conventional bulb, you can have positive on either side. So when you're looking at the four prongs on the plug, you have three wires going in. You have a negative, a minor, and a major. Now there's only one negative, which is going to be the lower, if you're looking at the bulb the socket, the lower right hand one. Then the upper one is going to be the minor. Then the major is going to be on both sides. How it works, as you can tell, there's two filaments in there. You'll have the lower filament will light up underneath your regular load, and then the higher one will flash when you put your turn signals on. Unfortunately, that doesn't work for standard 3157 bulbs. You have to get a Ford specific one that's designed with their funky system of routing power different ways. So when you buy them, make sure you look up and it's Ford compliant. Otherwise, it won't work. Now, I got standard ones in there now because I found out that the hard way. So I got to order new ones off eBay and make sure they're the correct ones. So let's go to the tail lights, because, well, obviously, like I said, the gotta get the keys. Wrong button. Because obviously, the front ones we already talked about. Okay, now usually you get this little piece of scrap with that little plastic screwy piece. You take it off, pull it out the way. Then you're gonna have 4 bolts. Okay, I got one in for now. Now, I got different tail lights. I have aftermarket ones. So how they sit is going to be a little bit different than your Ford factory ones. I'll show you here in a moment why. Because mine are this design, where instead of having 1, 2, and 3, it has 1, 2, and a 1 in the bottom. Now, just like the front, putting the bulbs in is super easy. As you can tell, they just pop out, and you put the correct bulb in. Now, you're going to have this guy right here, which is only going to be a brake light. And you got these two guys right here, which are going to be your turn signal ones. Now, you can tell that because there's 2 wires in that one. There's 3 wires in this one. So, don't mix those up. Now, it's standard. You put the bulb in, no problem. Goes how they're supposed to go. You can run the standard 3157. You can either run white or red. I found out with as bright as they are, the white ones tend to give it kind of a pinkish yellow look. So my best bet, tell you guys, is when you buy them, make sure you buy the R balls, which are the red ones. Now, they're going to talk about hyper flash. A lot of you guys are seeing kits that come with these little guys. They're 50 watt 6 ohm resistors. Now you can use these if you want to do extra work. And then how it works, you go in your wiring harness. I was playing around with another one I'm going to get to. You got the orange ones, orange with the blue stripe, which once again are going to be your turn signals. The brown is going to be your brake light, and the black is going to be your negative. That's for all of them. So what you do is you would actually take these guys, and you would solder it in, or crimp connector, whichever way you feel, or it's going to go on the negative side, and then you put them over here on the orange ones to keep it from flashing really quickly. Or if you don't want to do a whole lot of work and you want to make things easier, you can get what's called an LED flasher. Now, a flasher module, big fat guy, for Ford is this big yellow beast right here, but it's designed for conventional bulbs. If you put LEDs in there, it doesn't cause enough resistance, and it thinks the bulbs aren't working, so it flashes really quickly, or you have issues, won't flash at all. Now this, if you look down here by your pedal, it's going to be right up in there. You should be able to feel the bottom of it. Yeah, come on. And you take it and you pull it straight down. It pulls like that, and then you just unplug it, put a new one in. Now you can get what's called an LED flasher, which is going to be the EP27 is the one you want for Ford. Now you don't have to get the Novita one like I did. I didn't want to wait for it to come in the mail. I went up to AutoZone, got this for 17 bucks. But I found it on Amazon and eBay for around $8 or $9 shipped. And that makes it really easy because you just literally take this out, throw it to the side, plug the new one in, and it doesn't connect back in the slot, but there's a set of wires up here. You just kind of tuck it behind there so it's not wiggling over the place and hitting your foot as you drive, and you're good to go. That will keep your bulbs flashing properly because it has a lower ohm resistance. Now, another problem I found out is if you do a full LED swap, what will happen is when you hit the brakes, your dash lights will come on. Now, your brakes will work properly, but every time you're driving, they come on. It's kind of a weird issue. So, what I'm doing is I'm taking these handy-dandy little resistors, and instead of putting them on the orange and blue ones, I put them on the brown and the black. Now, I'm not going to leave them here. I'm going to actually take these off, fix the wires up. I'm going to heat shrink them back together, rewrap it, make it look pretty. What I'm going to do is if you follow the line down, there's actually a wiring harness that goes all the way across over here to the other side. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take that open here in the middle after I take all this plastic off. I'm going to find the brown wire and the black wire. I'm going to make sure it's the correct one. I'm going to use my multimeter and make sure I got continuity so I'm not putting in the wrong thing. And I'm going to splice one in. Oops. Gotta get back in there. I'm going to splice one in and move about 6 inches down and splice the other one in. I'm going to make sure everything's soldered correctly and heat shrunk and all that, and that will keep your dash lights from coming on every time. Now, I already tried it. It works properly, and I'll get rid of it, so it's no big issue. That's really pretty much about it. I know another one when you're putting the front bulbs in, and like any LEDs, when you put them in, like I said, it can't run dual polarity. It can only run positive or negative. So go ahead, and when you pull them out, turn on your lights. Just click it over to marker lights so they come on. Put the bulb in, and then from that point, if it doesn't work, flip it 180 degrees, put it back in, and it should work. If it doesn't work from there, then you're having electrical issues. Make sure your light's on. Make sure your battery's not dead. If you got any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to hit me up, and I'll help you out.